think I'm talking so much shit, then just let me know. What's up guys, today we're back at Snetterton. We was here yesterday for practice and qualifying. We had a couple of issues both in practice and qualifying. In practice we had a sensor failure which put the car in limp mode, which meant that we had to call practice to an end earlier than we wanted it to. And then we fixed that issue. It was a fuel crash sensor issue, so we've removed that sensor. It went back out and everything was fine. Then we went back out for qualifying. We had an issue with the brakes, so the brake pedal hit the floor, which meant that we had to come in, check it all over, but by the time it was fixed, qualifying was over, so we managed to get a qualifying lap in, but it's not where I really wanted it to be. That's put us P8 out of 11 people. We sorted a couple of issues, so I'm hoping that during race 1 we shouldn't have any issues, same with race 2, but I guess we're not going to know until we go out there, but hopefully we should be able to make our way up the grid. So guys, let me just show you a little something, and that's in the car. So, the fire extinguisher right there, that's in case I catch fire and it needs to be put out. There's a nozzle just there, which again, if I'm on fire, it'll put me out. There's all sorts of funky business in this race car, because race car drivers are cool. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know what it is, but it does cool stuff. So guys, we'll just talk you through the track a little bit. So this is where I'm going to be starting, just over here. So the start finish straight is just over there. That's where I'm going to be starting the race. Into turn 1, which you don't really need to brake that much. Probably won't need to brake from a standing start, but obviously when we do come from a roll, we just do a light brake. That will take us into a hairpin just at the back. Hard braking into the hairpin, bring us right around here into the infield. Now this corner, I've not been able to sort of perfect this corner just yet. It's one where I see people taking a lot of different lines, and there's a hard braking zone just over there at the end of this straight. That takes us on to this part of the infield in here. It's pretty simple, this bit. Fairly hard braking zone into here. Take a bit of the curb just there. That takes you onto the back straight. Long back straight. So I just need to make sure that no one's drafting me, or if they are, just need to try and take a defensive line under the tunnel. Once I've done that, you go into a really sharp chicane. The speeds that you're taking into there, it's a bit sketchy. I'm a bit scared of that. I don't really know how to take that corner properly. It's still something that I was practicing, but because I didn't get much practice due to the car issues, it's something that I haven't really been able to practice too much. So I'm really going to be practicing in race 1. Then that takes you onto the back side of the track. That will take you through the bomb hole. Now that's 4th gear pinned in my car. It understeers wide a little bit, but it just keeps 2 tyres on the track, so it's not track limits there. And then round Coram, it's quite bumpy there, so I was finding that the back end was trying to kick a little bit. But if you keep it pinned, it's not too bad. Then it brings you back onto the start-finish straight. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, shouldn't have any issues. And if I can maintain P8, or if I can make another position, I'll be happy with that for today anyway.
Now getting closer to race 1, I was feeling a little bit nervous, which usually kicks in when they start putting the wheels on.
So this race, we've came up with a new technique. I'm hoping that it should work, fingers crossed. And that technique is to drive fast. I didn't try that last time. It didn't work very well. So we're going to do that today and see how we get on.
The FIA say this is the best way to prepare for a race. Then I nervously dropped my mates off in the pool. Due to issues in qualifying, I qualified in P8, which would make it a lot harder to move up the pack. Race 1, so here goes nothing. P8 start, but where would I finish?
I'm happy with that.
It was a tough race, but I managed to finish in P4, just one position away from a podium.
When I was pressing the brakes, it almost did this. Almost a bit like that. Right. We just finished race 1. We started P8 on the grid. Pace felt really good compared to yesterday. We had a reoccurring issue with the brakes. We think one of the calipers has failed.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
So we need to send that off to be rebuilt. So it felt like through probably half of the race I was only getting braking force from one corner of the car, which made it very twitchy when I was braking, but managed to push through it. It felt good. Grip felt good as well. Managed to use the diff a lot more, which is something that I just needed to practice. So started P8, managed to finish P4, so that puts us in a good position for the next race. And I'm hoping she'll be able to get a podium for the next session. Shit myself. Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, we can say that.
Absolutely pooing myself. Starting P4. It's my best starting position so far, so I'm really nervous.
And where are you going to finish?
P3, baby, of course. So we're about to go into race 2, starting P4 on the grid. It's the highest I've ever started on the grid, so I'm hoping that I can either maintain position or even make up a position. I was a little bit quicker than Rob in the last session, who's starting P3. So I'm hoping that I should be able to get him this race and get myself my first podium of the season, but we'll see what happens.
Race 2 next.
Start off that start, coasting.
So things were going great. I'd moved up from P4 to P3. I was going to secure that podium. But then, notice how when I brake the car's unstable. Yep, there was an issue. The issue was with the right hand side caliper, which had boiled its fluid, which then put more stress on the left hand side caliper, causing that to boil its fluid as well. But what does that mean? No brakes. My pedal went right to the floor and it was all over.
And it's into the pits. Oh.
That could have been a P3. We've just had to finish race 2 early. Complete brake failure. We were suffering a similar issue yesterday and also this morning, but we was managing to nurse it. I managed to get P3. I overtook Rob, who was sitting in 3rd. The brakes failed at the end of the tunnel on the long straight, and yeah, there's just no braking force whatsoever. So could have been a podium, it wasn't. So I guess we'll have to sort the brake issue out and then come back, and hopefully we can try for the podium next time at Donington. I'm actually gutted, man. What could have been?
What could have been?
What could have been? I reckon I had it in the bag, man. That was P3 secure. And that's another expense as well, because I need the new suspension as well. Now I have to get a full new big brake kit. It's annoying because the pace was there, man. If I managed to stay in front of Rob for that bit longer and the brakes actually work, then I could have tried to catch Zach, but just one of them.